you want to succeed in sales, or anything for that matter, you need great time management skills. What's going on, everybody? It's Mateo, your host of the Sales Dev Squad podcast. Today, I'm coming at you with some help for one of the most biggest problems in sales in general for recent grads, current professionals, and it's managing and scheduling your time, having great time management skills. So take a second to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll get started. Time management is super important, and I'd like to give an example for you. For example, right now I'm creating content for you, right? It's something that I love to do, that I'm really passionate about, right? But that's not what I'm solely doing right now. I work a full-time job as an SDR for an edtech company called Booknook. I love it, right? But if we think about it, I need to make sure that I'm prioritizing what I need to prioritize, right? In this example, I need to prioritize my job because my job pays my bills. I feel like I'm in debt to Booknook because they gave me an opportunity to help them grow. And so this is just a simple example, and we'll kind of unpack some details further, right? But, part of time management is, having good time management skills is a necessity, especially if you want to become an entrepreneur or juggle multiple projects at the same time, right? In order to be as effective with your time as possible, you need to have great time management skills. And so that leads us into our first tip here, which is plan things out, right? Set goals based off of, your targets or quotas, right? We have an example of one of our videos here, Evan Carlton, who actually destroyed his quota because he created his own goals and his own metrics that led him to surpass quota, to surpass his goals. You can do this through like a to-do list or leveraging things like Google Calendar, right? Marking and blocking off chunks of your time, making it really clear. And what's cool about Google Calendar is, you can get notified when, you should be doing another activity or focusing your time on something else, right? Leverage the tools that you have at your disposal. Calendars, super important, right? If you are calling East Coast accounts and you want to stay committed to, calling at specific hours, throw it on your calendar, right? 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm doing nothing but cold calling East Coast accounts, and follow through with that. But the first step is obviously planning things out, knowing what you want to accomplish, and sort of reverse engineering that end. Tip number 2, I know I kind of mentioned this earlier, right? Prioritizing the important stuff, right? What's actually important. You'll encounter things that may seem urgent, but they're not. And those things will sometimes soak up your time, right? For example, if I woke up and I needed to be doing my work and I decided I was going to podcast instead of doing my work, that's not a good use of my time, and that's not an effective use of my time. I need to prioritize what's important. And for me right now at this given time, what's important is doing the best that I can in my current role, not only because the company pays me, right? I'm in debt to them because I owe it to them. They gave me an opportunity. They gave me a shot. I owe it to them to give them my number one, my 100%, more than 100%, but I need to prioritize that before I do anything else. And last thing you want to ask yourself is, does this move me towards me accomplishing my goals, right? If you're like a freelancer or you're starting your own business, right? Every activity that you do every single day, it needs to be moving the needle forward, right? And again, you need to prioritize things that are important right now and sort of reverse engineer your calendar, your schedule to, again, prioritize things that are important, and the least things that are important, you can do them after you do the important things. And another example of this could be, you have 2 prospects, right? One of them has opened your emails 20 times. The other one has opened your email once, right? Who do you think's lower hanging fruit, or who do you think is more of a priority, right? Start thinking in your head, always prioritizing the low hanging fruit, the people who have the highest conversion, right? Going for things that need to be prioritized, that will be more fruitful now. The next tip here is to banish pointless distractions. Let me give you an example. My phone, social media, I catch myself scrolling mindlessly when I wake up, scrolling mindlessly during my prospecting time, and I'm trying to get better at it. But the bottom line is, we need to resist the urge to check social media, check email. Again, doing things that aren't in line with our goals, with what we need to be doing. And, it's tough. It is tough. And so you need to really push yourself to say, hey, between these hours that I've marked on my calendar from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm fully dedicating to just cold calling and emailing. I'm even going to set my phone aside, right? You really have to go out of your way to minimize those distractions, because every second, every minute, every hour you're not doing something that could be revenue generating or important or moving the needle forward is pushing you back. And you need to prioritize your social media scrolling till after you're done with work or during your break or during lunch, right? Again, prioritizing things that are the most important. And social media is not the most important if you have other important things to do. I feel like I'm saying the word important a lot. But anyways, another way that you can sort of effectively manage your time is sort of like templatizing or streamlining certain tasks. I tend to create a lot of templated emails that I like to send one off within SalesLoft when I'm prospecting or just doing client outreach, right? And so leveraging the technology, the tools that you have at your disposal, they're designed to save you time, right? Imagine if there's no such thing as sales engagement tools and I had to manually craft every single email to every single prospect, right? That shouldn't be the case anymore. And if you are, I highly suggest you just looking for some tools like Zapier, SalesLoft. There's tools out there, right? There's technology out there in place that is designed to save you time, that is designed to streamline your day. And again, this kind of is very general, right? But I use the example of like sending emails, right? Templates, automation, right? There's a lot of tools at our disposal. Now, you don't want to fully rely on the automation. You do want to, be leveraging sort of that personalized approach, right? But there are instances where you can leverage tools to help automate and streamline your day for those little mundane, minute tasks that will just give you, an hour or two back into your day. Another common mistake that I've seen is just people working like dogs 24/7 without taking any breaks because every second matters and they're super, super busy, right? I'm here to say that I feel like most humans, or at least myself, I tend to work better in waves, right? Doing a lot of work for a couple hours, taking a little break. Doing a couple works for a little more hours, taking a little break, right? I feel like you're most effective when you actually give your mind, give your body time to relax and, breaks. Again, take your social media breaks, look at social media for a couple minutes and close it out, get back to what you're doing. Stand up, stretch, right? Stretch your back, stretch your body, take some time to just relax your mind. Going for like a little walk, doing something that involves you to just basically take a mental break, a short one, and, just relax your body, relax your mind for a little bit. So that way you're not just back to back to back to back to back to back to back working. And honestly, I don't feel like we're effective when we're just working. We need to take breaks. You need to prioritize breaks. But again, you need to make that part of your routine, right? Put it on your Google Calendar. After that call block from 6 to 9, you're going to take a 30-minute break and adhere to that schedule. Don't just put it on your calendar and not follow it. Adhere to it, right? Follow through with what you set out to do. So if there's any takeaways from this video is set a schedule, adhere to your schedule, take breaks, do something that you like, but most importantly, plan ahead, right? Every minute counts. We have to view time as money and we need to be as effective as possible. And the more you do what you do and the more you learn about what you need to do, the more you'll understand your schedule, right? Especially if you're starting off for a new SDR role, there's a lot to learn in the first couple months, right? But look at what some of the other reps are doing, what other coworkers are doing, and lean on them, right? Some of the best people, most successful people are just great time managers. They have great time management skills. And again, if you want to be at the point where you're a really successful sales rep, a really successful entrepreneur. Having great time management skills is a necessity, right? But it does take time. It does take commitment. It does take grit, and you need to follow through with what you set out to do. Otherwise, there's really no point in you putting it on your Google calendars, right? If you're not going to adhere to it. So some bonus tips for you today is you are not superhuman. You can't do everything. It pretty much just goes back to prioritizing, right? Doing the important stuff first, and don't feel guilty about the rest. And last but not least, leave room for unknown/changes in your plans. There are always things that come up last minute or surprisingly, right? And you need to be able to sort of be flexible and adapt and change your schedule to what's going on. If you have any other sales or just time management tips, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Again, these are just my experiences as an SDR, as an individual contributor, right? Being able to effectively manage your time is critical in anything that you do. I'm hoping you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and any feedback or any ideas on videos that you guys would like to see next, please let me know. Thank you guys for tuning into this video, and we will catch you on the next one.